that. We gotta change up that tarps off photo in the intro.
If anybody wants to know how important Dakota Josh was to the Vancouver Canucks, that was the game. Okay, so condiments. This is everything.
Everything. So we run the gamut completely, right?
I'm talking about sriracha on the bottle.
Sriracha?
Sriracha. It's that silent R that screws me up.
Is it a silent R?
I don't know, like who's tall?
Who's tall?
Chris Pronger, wasn't he tall?
Chris Pronger was tall, yeah.
Welcome to the PP1 Podcast.
Are you kidding me? That's what?
We're gonna have to change that, I think, because now it's 7.
Change what? Oh yeah, I guess so.
We could do maybe
7 years.
7 seasons, 7 years. Yeah, that checks out too.
Well, there was that one season that we did 2 years in one, or is it the 1 year we did 2 seasons in one?
That's true. We also didn't really finish season 6, so maybe for this week
we didn't finish season 6.
This is still season 6.
Huh. I think everybody just wanted last season to go away.
I know. Yeah. And here we are talking about the Canucks, and they haven't even started playing it. Welcome to the PP1 Podcast, season 7. Somehow we got this far. I mean, you guys, I guess, decide if we're going to keep going. If we find out we have like 6 listens in the next week or the next month, maybe we call it crew. Or we just keep doing it.
Are you trying to call it? Is that what's happening?
No, I'm just saying, like, we're this. Oh, love that mug. I just actually used mine the other day. No, this is it, man. Like, we had a chat. It was a busy spring, summer this year. We had a lot on the go, both of us.
Yeah.
Big life stuff, obviously, kind of everywhere. Our families are growing in age, so different opportunities everywhere. And I think we didn't really know we had a last episode last season, but we kind of did. And we've been chatting at ball. We got to get back podcasting. You've actually been saying it.
Yeah.
I mean, I was kind of ready, and I haven't really talked Canucks at all, aside from being on Canucks Clay, his show last week. Shout out Canucks.
I feel
Clay.
like coming back after fantasy football draft is like the perfect time, right? Like, we're just getting back into, like, I'm in full summer mode. When it's like June, July, August, like, don't talk to me unless it's like there's the playoffs are going on or something like that, right? Well, there's the COVID, the bubble summer. That was pretty.
That was fun. That was a good time.
Yeah.
That was a good time.
But yeah, don't talk to me. I'm in relax mode. I'm soaking up the heat. Like, I'm at the beach. We're doing 8:00 beach days, barbecues. Like, I'm not interested in doing anything podcast related. I don't even touch the fantasy football stuff until, like, I would say mid-August. Then, you and I, we go through, we study. Yeah, we do like a little bit of reading, right? You start getting back into it. Stuff starting to pop up in prospect camp, drafts gone by, to work their way into camps, things like that. But I'm still I'm in more in football mode than I am in hockey mode at that point.
Mm-hmm.
We hit the draft, and then once it's draft, it's like, okay, we're on the fantasy apps, like, nonstop managing our teams and stuff like that. And then it inevitably sort of pushes me back into sports, and here we are at hockey.
It's just like a natural progression of the seasons.
Yeah.
I kind of joke too, like, once football starts, before you know it, you're like, wow, we're in week 4. And you're into sports at that point. Week 4 means usually week 1 of the NHL. So we're just like, there's playoffs for baseball. Everything's going on, everything all at once, all at the same time. Mm-hmm. I also have to get this in. Intro song, Tools by Jesse Roper. You still got to answer me on that. But Jesse Roper back in Kelowna, Lake Country in November. And he has one of our shirts, actually, the blue one. PP1 Podcast.
Did I tell you the story about Jesse Roper and my brother and Salmon Arm for Roots and Blues Festival?
Does it have to do with, like, he gave him a gourd or something like that for a free show? Okay.
No. That's a different brother.
I feel like, because I was going to say, then yes, I've heard this story like 3 times.
So my other brother, Adam,
yes,
and Sarah live in Salmon Arm, Roots and Blues Festival Day every year, big event. Jesse's playing, just doing his thing.
Yes.
And my brother is wearing a blue PP1 hockey card
Oh.
shirt.
Oh no.
And he says this wild man starts yelling at him from way away, runs over, makes a point to come over and say hi and hey, like, what's up? I have the same shirt. I have the red. I have the pink shirt. Like, Ryan and Ted gave it to me. PP1 Podcast. He's like, no way, that's my brother.
Yeah.
So they got to talking. But yeah, pulled him out of a crowd just because he was wearing that shirt. Jesse Roper came over and made a little deal out of it. So yeah, super good guy. It was cool to see him wearing our stuff around, not just because we're there. And it was cool that he pulled somebody out of a crowd because he saw someone wearing one of our shirts. It just happened to be my brother, which is pretty rad.
That's so wild. Shout out Jesse Roper. Dude, he's so genuine. Like, we had a chat after the show. This was back in May, I think. April, May.
Yeah, I think it was June? May. God, that was a good concert.
And so anyway, we gave him the shirt after the show and just had a quick chat with them. And I said, hey, really appreciate, because we've been kind of DMing back and forth. I said, appreciate you letting us use Two Wolves as our intro song. I said, he's like, honestly, it's not for me to have. And he goes, obviously, like, share it, maybe put your link in your episode or whatever. He's like, that's all. He's like, I don't care. He's like, it's great. He goes, I'm so happy. And he's like, yeah, I'll absolutely wear it. And then I saw him post the shirt he was wearing. Can't remember where he was. And he had the shirt on. He's like, man, I wear it all the time. And I'm thinking, like, this is so wild. Like, again, he's not like a global superstar. We think he's pretty cool. And a lot of people know him. But I mean, it's still, kind of that British Columbia love. It's just, it's a good feeling. He's a Leafs fan, so we'll give him that. But, to each their own. But I mean, just so cool, right? And I mean, guy puts on a show. We put on a show. Everything's coming together. Everything's coming together. Grant, good to see you, buddy. Appreciate the birthday wishes. Thank you very much. Sent me a text. That was great. You also did. I'm not going to say you didn't, but I'm just saying Grant also did. So
I did send you a birthday text. Where is this coming from?
Didn't you send me a birthday text?
I did send you a birthday text.
Well, I'm just saying Grant sent me a text. He sent me a birthday text. I said, you also did. I'm just saying.
Oh, I thought you said you didn't. I'm like, no. I did.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Put that evil on me.
Don't you Why'd you have to say that, Ron? Why'd you have to say that? So anyway, we'll get all this stuff out of the way. Obviously, check out our show, guys. Listen to it if you want. Watch the live stream. Check it out on YouTube. Follow on Facebook. All that kind of stuff. Comment along, like Grant. It's a good time. People were asking, like, "Are you guys going to be back? Are you guys going to come?"
People are asking that.
I feel like people were asking it. So, I mean, every year, like the last couple of years, it's been tough. We
had a lot to. There was some health stuff in there. We had the two podcasts going. It was like maybe spread a little thin. We switched
networks and
we switched networks,
but just like so much on the go. And then obviously, like, it's great when the Canucks are doing well because there's so many cool things to talk about. It's at the same time, it's almost better when they're not doing well. That's how this show started. And I know for me personally, like, I had a lot on the go, and like, I love all these things. I loved our football show. I loved it with a passion. Had to let that one go, it was like, setting one of your kids out to pasture. Like, all right, go do something. And as fun as that was to be with you guys, I felt it was the thing that was holding back from this, which is what we started. And instantly, this show kind of had the spotlight again, I felt. And I had that passion that was back. And it's tough. Again, dog days of the Canucks when things aren't going well and the season's likely going to be over. You just don't get that spark, right? And this summer, like, I always think about these things. You do a rehash. And Ted's like, are you ready to do this? I'm like, I am, and I'm ready to launch into this thing. There's a lot to talk about this season. I don't even know if we're going to get to what we want to get to tonight. I hope we do. But I mean, there's a lot on the bone this season, right? Like, a lot of meat. Speaking of meat, Petey gained some pounds, but we'll talk about that a bit later. I can't wait. Like, it's Canucks season. Like, we're just at this infancy, and I think this team's ready to take that next step. And I'm happy to be doing it with you, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, it's time. It's good. I'm good to be back. I feel like a chance to be like recommitted a little bit. Last year was just sort of getting back into the swing of things. So I'm excited about this year. I mean, we were talking about it in the outfield, which is hilarious. Definitely. We don't, depending on the team we're playing, we don't get a lot of action in the outfield, right? So I mean, you and I talk a little bit of hockey, talk a little podcasting when we're out there, but I mean, I think we're going to get back to things a little bit, right? I think, the show was kind of known for calling some cool guests, some fun people, some good finds. You do a fantastic job getting some of these people in. So I think it's time for us to get back to that a little bit, and maybe we'll sort of re-engage on Twitter a little bit more. We'll get back to it a little bit, and I want to start getting some people on here and getting the conversations going. I think that's what we're good at, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's you're talking about Breeze. I think we got to stretch our or spread our wings a little bit again, because I think that's what we do best. We get the randomness. I would love to get Rob Fay back on our show.
Yeah, Rob's great.
And he's doing a lot of
you get Rick on the show again. Dollywall does such a good job. He's such a good guy to talk to, right?
Maybe we can get Adam Hadwin somehow.
Yeah, there you go.
We're gonna reach for the stars this season, see what we can do. Maybe still get Kevin BX. So that's him and Luongo. If I can get one or both.
Or Tyler Breeze. Who knows, right?
You know what? It's all in the same breath. Let's talk. I mean, we had our summer stuff. We talked about that. Ball has been going good. We're going to go for the championship. We did. So Grant's saying we see Biz nasty. We did get Biz on the show once. I don't know if we'll be able to get him again, but I mean, we can try. He's like doubled in. I mean, he was already the most followed guy in the hockey industry at the time. I think he's doubled what he was at before, so that would be a tough one. But hey, that one worked out well. That one
he obliged us last time. Who knows, right?
That was perfect time, perfect place. Like, hey guys, you guys want to do a podcast? He's available in an hour. Okay, let's go.
Yeah,
kind of works out that way. So, it's anything's possible. First of all, let's go through the list of things. The black seats have almost taken over Rogers Arena, which is only the inevitable that. Like your hat colors, at some point, the black skate and maybe the white skate will be back. I sure hope so. Calvin, ball season done, soon donezo. Then it's all hands on deck for curling and hockey. Oh, yeah. Yeah, then we got new sports to talk about. I agree.
I just had Calvin visions of Calvin yelling at me in the outfield that it was his ball. I'm freaking out a little bit right now. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, Ted, we all say that because usually you're stealing it. So, like last.
No, get it. I Ken Griffey Jr. You one time, can't let it go.
Well, I mean, technically two, but that's fine. It's fine. Whatever. Black seats, Rogers Arena, almost done. It sounds like I'm gonna get to check these out firsthand next weekend. I cannot wait. Lincoln Park, baby.
You going to that? Hey,
I'm gonna be sitting in the black seats because I paid extra money to make sure that I'm in those seats, because at the time it was my wife and I going, and she's not coming now, and my youngest Kinsey is going with us, so we are lower bowl, and I cannot wait. It is going to be a blast. So I will make sure that I have an update for how awesome the black seats are and how comfy they are, although we likely won't be sitting very often for that concert, I'm assuming. But that's the first item up for bids. How are you feeling?
How long before black seats do the inevitable and it does become skate logo? Because we feel like you can't look at that arena and see those seats. It's going to look so much more intimidating now. It was really starting to look old and dated. They had the Olympic stairwell in there. That's always it was cool when it was going on, but it's become super dated with the burgundy now. The burgundy didn't even match the current team, right? So to have the navy blue and the burgundy to match the old Orca, it didn't make sense till they've skipped the whole thing now. We're moving into black seats. How long before that inevitably takes place and we see a jersey switch?
I think now that they have the new jersey and they've really pushed the third jersey schedule, I think we're going to find out very quickly. Yeah, I mean, I'm all about those butt sweats. I'll be making sure those happen. I think once we know the jersey schedule this season, that's going to give us a really good idea. I think. I feel like, and maybe that's the big surprise or lack of a surprise, is it's either there's going to be a third jersey schedule, which they've done a really good thing keeping that under wraps, or there isn't a third jersey schedule, and that is the surprise.
Like
So
they just
I
like,
think
but you switch all of the seats at Rogers Arena to black just so you can pull a third jersey schedule. Like I feel like it's going to be a full-time thing at some point. It
no,
already
I'm
looks
just saying
that's going to be an intimidating barn to play in with all that black in there. Like,
death. Yeah.
oh, it's going to be good. It's going to be
It's-
good.
I think all I'm saying is if it isn't this season,
Mhm.
then the third jersey schedule is going to dictate how soon we are going to be.
Okay, so you're talking about the response that comes from this year's third jersey is going to be like, okay, we got to drop this thing next year, or it's going to be like we're still a year and a half out.
Like,
Thin
so,
is already black, so it's
that's
good.
true.
Thanks, Calvin. You're right. I didn't. I've been discrediting Finn on this thing. Finn is black. That's true. He is a black orca whale.
He's a black orca. I think if we see like 20 plus, because I think it was 18 last year. Was it 18? It was just shy of half their home games. So I think if we see upwards of 25, that's going to be the magic number. 25 home games with the skate, then I think either, well, they can't change them mid-season. I don't think they're allowed to do that. I would say then it'd be a next season thing. Or they're hiding it from us and it's full on to start this season. Like they've pushed the skate logo a ton and it's only getting stronger. So yeah, my guess is if it's not this season and it's a heavy enough third jersey schedule, I think it happens next season. That's my guess.
Get the fans what they want.
That's all we want. That's it. I've been saying this. I say this every season. It's the easiest little thing to pull off and it shuts us up.
I don't know if it's the easiest thing. I mean, I went through a
easiest.
logo change at my last job, and it was a big deal. There's a lot that goes into it.
I get that. You're also not the Vancouver Canucks that have 50 plus years of history based on 6 different logos and having a fan base of each one. I mean,
yeah, that was such an Achilles heel for this franchise for a long time. Like, look at how many times they've changed, but like, actually just own it. It's such a good thing that you have that many options.
Yeah, but
it's somehow become a strength of this franchise.
Yeah, it unites us. It unites us. Yeah, we could bring back the yellow V's. I think they tried that for one of the warm-ups. I wouldn't be surprised if they came out with like the Linden rookie year, like an updated version of the yellow.
I would be so down. Like not all the time. Like I'm not down for it to be the jersey, but yeah, man, I'm down for a salmon third. I'm down for a yellow flying V. Like even Linden's second year jerseys, like a yellow skate jersey would be cool with me. Like I want to see it all. Yeah, just redone, right? Like I think you can do a good job.
Mm-hmm. I think they can make it happen. We didn't have a show to acknowledge this, but I don't know if anybody else knows this in Canucks land. The Abbotsford Canucks won the Calder Cup. Did you hear about this?
Yeah, I'm pretty familiar. Yeah.
Yeah. Grant, I'm sure is a little more aware than we were. But yeah, we haven't had a show in a while. Yeah, we didn't have a show in a while, so just in case you guys forgot, the Abbotsford Canucks won the Calder Cup. No big deal.
Oh shit!
It's not like that's massive news for our farm club and really the franchise as a whole. Like, how great is that? That they've been able to put together a team and have guys that they've put together a good enough farm team that they've been able to send guys down and be good enough that they can go on a run that they did and then inevitably, take it all. Yeah, Grant, I mean, I haven't been to a place where they've clinched a championship.
We say this for we've been saying this for the last couple of years, and I've been saying it to Grant for the last couple of years. We got to get down to Abbotsford. You and I, boys trip. We'll go. We'll watch a game. We'll just bomb home the next day. We got to make this happen.
Yeah, it's a tough one. A lot of people don't say boys trip, Abbotsford. Let's go.
Yeah, we'll go visit Grant at the chicken farm. It'll be great.
There is a Starbucks near his house, so that's cool. So, just saying. I mean, there's coffee and there's golf.
Fit in a round of golf. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll go hit Castle Fun Park. Go hit some bombs out.
Is it Royalwood? Is that what it's called? The one in Chilliwack, I think. It's like an executive course. They say it's championship, but you can't fool me.
Go to the whack. You guys can embarrass me. It'll be good.
Yeah, it'll be a good time. I'm getting close. I played Pinnacle last weekend. Shot a 45. So if you double that, that's 90, which means I broke 100. But I haven't actually broke 100 yet. So I'm getting close.
Okay.
But Grant, I mean, Grant knows. I'm close. That was a year ago, but still, So Abbotsford Canucks, congratulations. PP1 Podcast salutes you. We also didn't talk about, because we didn't have a show, Brock Besser. I called it the night before. Ted, would you like to let the fans know that I actually did call this?
You did indeed call it. I can confirm.
So the night before, just before we're about to go July 1, send Ted a text. I'm like, hey, Canucks are going to sign Besser tomorrow. I said, and he goes, just like a hunch. I said, it is. But I said, there's been no talk on either side. And I said, I feel like there isn't a market for either of them. There wasn't a big enough market on the open market for Besser, and I don't think the Canucks could find anybody that could equal what he was doing for that price. So long and short of it is, I felt they were going to get Besser. So when it happened, I just laughed, and I just sometimes that you pick the lesser of the evils, and not that Brock's a bad thing, and not that getting Brock is a bad thing, but I feel like they both knew what they had with each other, and it was the best fit for both sides. So again, doesn't necessarily mean as the franchise and everything, but I do feel that locking up Besser was the smart move based on the moves they didn't make. So that was kind of keeping and as I said, he's my favorite Canuck. I hope things progress, and maybe they do. Maybe Petey and Brock get on the same page again, and this is a super fun season for both of those guys. But I did want to touch on that. Again, we got so much to cover, Ted. I'm just exploding with memories. So that's where I'm at with Brock Besser.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think you hit the nail on the head. I think the two sides realized that Brock wasn't going to be able to maximize his worth on the open market, and B, who are you going to find that's better, and you got to pay up a little bit more than you want to. Is it perfect? It's like I don't think so, but I love the idea that Brock is still kicking around. I think he's an important player to this team, not just from somebody who can score 25 to 35 goals a year, but I mean, he's still a smart, responsible player. He's a fan favorite. I mean, he's going to continue to climb up that list of all-time points. I think Canucks Army released their top 50 list. I can't remember where exactly. I think he said it's somewhere in the top 25 or something like that. Okay. And he's a homegrown talent. And I mean, we haven't had a lot of that, right? It's a good story. I think the contract is not so out of control, and I think it has the potential to age well. And I think you just got to be okay with it. It's just a fair deal for both sides, and he can still be a productive winger should this team sort out its second line center woes.
So we talk about fair deals, and I've been thinking about this a lot lately, about the salary cap.
It's like the Garland deal, right? Similar idea, fair deal.
Yeah, it is. I think these salary cap loopholes, and I mean, I'm probably going to carry this over to a lot of sports, but these need to die. Sign a contract and play it out or pay it out. There can't be transferring of money of cap relief. Like Carey Price just got traded to.
I think you can do that. You can trade a contract. There's what's the word I'm looking for? There's no accountability anymore. I find that there's so much flexibility, and we're going to talk about hockey in this sense, but I mean, they're making it so that if you screwed up, someone else will take on this and it'll be okay, and you can carry on and be better. It doesn't truly punish the teams that did the action. The Canucks unfortunately found out multiple ways, whether they kept Luongo or not, that it was going to screw them. Shea Weber never really found that problem. Carey Price again, Johan Franzen. Nobody saw the problem. Nobody got to experience it. No,
it's just I wish that there was a system where it was more accountable, where you actually had to pay your dues for signing a bad contract, like the Louis Eriksson one.
I 100% agree with you, and I think what happens is like NHL brass is the Luongo contract. Like we kind of fucked that one up. Like, holy
Yeah.
shit. Like what do we do? Like I don't know. Like obviously we can't go back on it. Like they're just gonna have to eat it. But going forward, we're gonna have to we're gonna have to smooth that one up because we screwed that one up. But Vancouver's fine on this one. But like maybe if anything happens to Shea Webb, we sort of just sweep that one under the rug and we just let them know that it's an injury thing. Anything else from now on, we can't let it cripple a franchise. It'll just be an injury. Like I feel like that's what happened. Like in layman's terms, right? And nobody really paid for it up on NHL brass, and nobody really had to pay for it for any GMs moving forward because the litmus test, the experiment was done on Vancouver, and they paid for it, but then they also realized that that's the wrong way to handle shit. Not a whole lot different than the Vancouver Grizzlies getting absolutely submarined by the league, and then them realizing like that's actually not how we should be handling franchises. So we're going to fix that moving forward, but sorry, Vancouver. Right. And I'm not just saying because it's Vancouver, but they were just the first people to experience it. And then it's not a conspiracy. It's just that they realized it was a mistake and then internally swept it under the rug because what other way can you do it if you're running a business?
But I'm just saying, and I mean, obviously the Canucks got bid on it afterwards. But I'm looking at like all these contracts, and I kind of want to we'll get into the Kaprizov, declined contract. Like, if you're going to offer a guy 8 or whatever years at $16 million, like, you better know what you're doing, and that's what it comes down to. Like, there has to be a consequence if that doesn't pan out, or whatever happens. I mean, it's different if it's an injury. That it's insurance, like just like anything else, right?
I mean, but that's the thing now. It's because of these contracts and the way they run. It's always an injury, Ryan. Like
I don't know.
It's always an injury. Like they're never going to say he just retired.
That's my.
So
yeah, I just don't like it.
The Kaprizov thing, though, like
I do want to.
Yeah, that's interesting, right? I mean, you just talked about what was the 134 million? I don't know. It's 2 million. It's 2 million more than Ovechkin's huge contract, right? And how many Ovechkins are there in the world where that a guy going into his like age 36, 37, 38, 39 season is going to be as productive as Ovi? Like very, very few. He's one of those few guys that can do it without being a burner anymore, right? Just because he's so big. He's kind of like Yager in that way. Mm-hmm. But you got to know that if you're signing a guy like Kaprizov to a contract like that, I mean, he's 28 now. You're going to be looking at some lean years towards the end of that contract at an 8-year deal where he's probably not worth 16 mil, even as cap inflates moving down the road, right? So I want to see a team pay that if that's what they're going to have to pay for their guy. If you got to trade it away, you can trade it away. I understand that portion of it. But the assumption is always that a guy is injured and walks away from the game and they're off the hook for that 16 million.
I mean, it sounds like they just asked for his trade list.
Yeah,
so this is kind of like, it almost feels like the Luongo thing. Like, I don't want to be here anymore, so I'm going to turn down your crazy contract, and then he's going to sign for, 2/3 of that in
somewhere else.
I don't know. Vegas.
It's funny, right? Because obviously it got leaked. They have a conversation with Bill Guerin on, I don't know what podcast it was. And Guerin's like, I can guarantee you that, the Minnesota Wild did not leak that. I can guarantee you that Carroll's team didn't leak that. Well, somebody leaked it, but it's funny to see him up there and be like, we're still so super optimistic. Like, we feel like we're in a good place. I have a great relationship with his agent. Today they asked for his trade team list. So, I mean, how optimistic are you?
Yeah, like we're Micah Parsons territory. Oh yeah, what's going to get done? I don't think you think that's going to happen.
And then crazy stuff happens, right? I mean, we were just in this summer. Myles Garrett asked for a trade publicly, like the out-reigning NFL defensive MVP player of the year.
Yeah,
asked for a trade once out of Cleveland, cut me loose. I'm going to a contender, and then is offered a contract, and then he signs. He loves Cleveland again.
Yeah.
So like wacky stuff happens all the time. I did not think Micah Parsons was going to get dealt. It's just as weird as the Kaprizov thing.
Yeah. And then Grant makes a good point. Or you pay him through a fake company that plants trees and you never have to show up for work. That's starting to get interesting, the Kawhi Leonard thing. Have you been following this?
No, I don't know anything about it. It's the second time I've heard that. I haven't been watching the Leonard thing, but
so the word on the street, is his deal with the Clippers, his like signing bonus, I think. Grant, maybe correct me if I'm wrong here. His signing bonus was with like this fake, I don't know, it wasn't a fake company, but it was like they're paying him out of like this other company that they own or some subsidiary or something like that of a signing bonus for like him to not show up to work. I'll have to find and send it to you. And then like that's how they got the deal done. And they're like, no, that didn't happen. And then I saw a tweet yesterday that they asked Adam Silver, he's like, the league knows nothing, or we never heard about any of this. Like, well, duh. They're not going to come out and tell you that's what they did. Hey, by the way, we did something illegal. Oh, you guys
we're doing shady shit, Adam. Yeah. Just want you to check it out.
It's you guys can't do illegal stuff. Oh, okay, guys, we might have to not do illegal stuff now. Like, of course not. So now what's coming out is he was paid, what did I see? Like $2 million or something like that from this company, or like the story has stayed the same, but slightly more stuff is, it was through a 1% owner of the franchise who donated money to his company, and then Leonard got paid almost the exact amount from said company. Like it's so wild, and it's like it's one of those things where like the specifics are so precise that it's feeling like it's true. Wit. Just a second, we're gonna stop the show for a second. Wit. It's good to see you, man. Wit's going through some stuff. We had him on the show. He had wiener cancer. Still kind of has the cancer kind of floating around. I believe you're going in tomorrow. Did I see that you're going in for surgery? It's brutal, man. We're not going to go there to an extreme because I think the emotions could definitely be pouring out a lot. We're going to have to get you on. We're going to get you on again, and we're going to have you on after this is all done. You're going to beat this stupid thing, and you're going to go back to normal, just like, well, I mean, normal-ish. You don't have a PP anymore, but so that's kind of different. But yeah, it sucks, man. Cancer sucks. This is brutal.
We're all thinking about you, buddy. What? You're in our thoughts. We're working for you to pull through, man. Like all the good vibes your way. You deserve for something good to happen for you. I feel like something's good is coming your way, and we're gonna get you're just gonna do so well, man. I feel so optimistic for you.
Can I just say something? Like, this is serious stuff. This is real life stuff. We've gone over like how you had your heart thing, Ted, and obviously Whit when you got diagnosed for the first time. Like, yeah,
Grant too, right? Grant's been through the ringer with his heart too, right? Yeah,
these are real things. And I see Whit pops up like, "Hey boys, guy's fighting cancer," and he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna go watch a stupid little Canucks podcast show." Like, I see that, and I just think like, you know what? Sometimes like these escapes, these are like this is why I do it. It's an escape from everything else. That's why I like escape to sports, because real life blows. We all saw the news yesterday. Like, life sucks. Life is pretty brutal, and there's a lot of bad hands that are being dealt. And this is where we come, man. Like, we're nothing special, but it's a place to gather around the fire. You know, spit some opinions out, have some fun, and like I said, Whit. Oh my gosh. We're gonna get you back on, and we're gonna yell at you about why you even bother to be a referee in the first place. I still don't get that. And we're gonna get back to normal, man, and it's gonna be great. But you know, we're wishing you the best, buddy.
Just keep you have such a great attitude, Whit. I mean, I think this is just it's shitty. Right, what's going on with you right now, and I think that you got to really manifest good things to happen to you, and I think that you've done such a good job of that, man. So just don't lose the faith. Don't lose the attitude, because I think that's what's towing the line for you right now. So you got to just keep that up, man. We're really pulling for you.
I'm gonna say something though. Maybe change up the goatee though. Maybe do like a Fu Manchu or something. just have some.
That's it. Grow like a handlebar mustache. Yeah.
Or like the one that has the tail that goes around. I don't know. That's like I said. We're just trying to have fun here. What were we talking about? Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
We were talking about the contract stuff, salary loopholes.
Speaking of contracts, like, I mean, sorry, I don't mean to butt in, but like this isn't very different than what we could be bumping into next year with Quinn Hughes, right?
I hope not.
Right. But but it's going to get to that point where we got to start talking extension. That's what Minnesota's going through right now with Kaprizov. That's what Toronto had to do with Matthews. That's what Edmonton had to do with Hughes McDavid, sorry, and that's what Vancouver's going to have to do with Hughes, right? So this is coming. It's going to be a pretty integral part of this. I don't know if you saw, obviously we heard the Hughes and his brother thing, right? The Luke Hughes,
all of them really,
right? All of them talking about like, oh, these guys want to play. Of course they want to play together. They're brothers, right? They train together, they work together, they vacation together. Of course that's a thing, right? But then people automatically turn that into, how does that impact Vancouver? Are you coming back? He doesn't know this, but I don't know if you saw the latest interview that came out with Friedman. But just to sum it up, and I don't even think I'm paraphrasing that much. It was just like,
I've never gone paraphrasing before.
Yeah, it's a great time. You can basically say whatever you want and say that you're just paraphrasing. Basically said that, like, look, I'm going to let next year sort itself out next year. Obviously team performance has a lot to play in my final decision, right? Like we had a terrible year last year and I've got expectations about how I want to improve as a player. I've loved my time in Vancouver. They're part of the reason why I am where I am right now as a hockey player. I don't think anybody that expected that of me. Yeah. But I have goals and aspirations, and last year was a lot of fun. And I want to get back to that. And last year was not a lot of fun. And the type of year we have this year will probably play a role in what my decision is for next year. And I don't think you can beat around the bush too much more than that. To me, that's pretty direct. If this team doesn't get their head out of their ass this year, Quinn Hughes is going to be a factor on the squad moving forward. Simple as that.
I mean, but that's such a given. Like, I mean, geez, the prime minister of our country is talking about Connor McDavid's contract currently. Did you see this?
No.
There was a video. He was talking about how everything's serious and blah, blah. He's like, McDavid still hasn't signed. He's like, obviously that's a massive problem. He had this in a press conference, a national press conference. So, like, we all joke about this. Everybody in every professional sport wants to win. Yeah, you're going to get paid if you're really good, but they all want to win. If McDavid thinks he's going to win in Edmonton, he's going to stay there. He probably doesn't want to live in Edmonton. Don't blame him. But if he believes that the Edmonton Oilers, some version of what they currently have, they're close enough to three-peating to get there anyway and win, McDavid's going to be there. And we're all going to hate it because we're never going to get to see him on a good team. But I mean, if he were to win the Stanley Cup with the Oilers and he bet on himself to be with Draisaitl and those guys, that he knows what he's doing. Same with Quinn Hughes, same with Jack Hughes, same with every player that's ever played, any star. They all want to win. And if they don't necessarily feel that they're going to, but the money's good and they like where they're at, so be it. The Sedins got close. They kept signing contracts and they stayed in Vancouver. They still felt that there was something there. Then they realized that there wasn't, but they still hung around. All these guys going forward, Quinn Hughes and, I mean, maybe even Pettersson, maybe we get to that point again. Like, these guys do want to win. And if they feel that there's a realistic chance they can do so, they're probably not going to be doubling down somewhere else. They're going to go with what they know because they know they can influence the rest of the scene that's going to be coming in there. I mean, yeah, last year, not a lot of fun. They still almost made it. The season before was an absolute, probably a pipe dream, but it was a ton of fun. And they found out, hey, when things are going well, this team is actually pretty good. I mean, again, they just lost to that Oilers team in Game 7, and it almost went the other way.
So I agree with you in the sense that
Whoa.
yeah, no, just hear me out. I agree with you in the sense that yeah, I know what I have here. I can see an action plan in place, and Vancouver better come with a hell of an action plan, because if the reason for staying or going depends on this season's success,
Yeah.
it's probably not a good outlook, right? So they have to be able to present to him what the plan is moving forward. We plan on filling this with this solution. This is where we're going with this direction. This is what we plan in the future. And if there's not a roadmap there that Quinn doesn't believe in, or that he believes in, then I think it's much more likely that he walks. The problem is that, yeah, I do agree that it's sort of devil, sticking with the franchise where you're at, just like the Twins, right? You want to be in that window during your peak to make those decisions, right? Because after you leave your peak, then you're not the guy at the next stop that you go. And yeah, if you are the guy when you leave and you are heading out to your next stop, say Carlson, for example. I remember him leaving Ottawa, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not comparing the two's defense. I'm just comparing the situation, right?
Yeah.
There's more unknowns when you're moving to a brand new franchise. It's sort of like taking on a new job, right? Like, hey, I know where I'm at. I know my coworkers. I know my routine. Going somewhere else would be everything new. The difference is that he's not just going somewhere new. He's going somewhere where his two brothers already are, and they're sort of giving him all that heads up, or that sort of lockdown, that familiarity about where he's headed, right? And it won't be so much of an unknown. It'll be more of a known quantity for him, because we just assume it's New Jersey, right?
Yeah.
And that's where the good thing happens in terms of, like, you get to see him go back with his brothers. That's fun, because New Jersey then becomes his only trades destination. Like, what happens at that point? Does Vancouver now, can they take more from New Jersey because they know that that's
probably
the only place that he wants to go, or it becomes a big nasty holdout or something like that? Or does Vancouver now become bent over a barrel because that's his own trade destination? I don't know.
Like, yeah, we'll give you something, but you're not going to get what you want because this is the only place that's going to happen. And again, I don't see it getting nasty. The other thing to kind of flip this, Luke Hughes, because he hasn't signed, right? So, I mean, it can go the other way. Right now, I mean, we're not there yet, but it could go the other way. And maybe there's an opportunity for Luke Hughes to come over.
Yeah, all three Stallner brothers never played together.
And that swings things pretty interestingly if that happens. And I mean, if there's an opportunity to bring in a guy like Luke Hughes, you're going to probably, I know I've heard some of the rumors of what that would cost.
I mean, they can offer sheet him right now, can not?
I think so. So, I mean, you never know. You never know until, I guess, it happens. But I mean, it's funny. Vancouver's got some fun.
Look at the offer sheet money here. Just keep waxing.
Well, because it would be, depending on how much they sign up, it's like 4 firsts, I think, depending on how much. I think it maxes out at like 4 firsts, something like that, unless they've changed the CBA. So, I mean, really, if you think things are going to be good, those firsts are all going to be in the 20 to 32 range, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure it's
so
by how much they offer, I think, right?
So yeah, like if they offer $4.5 million to Luke, right?
Yeah.
4.5 to 6.8. It's big. It's a big number, right?
Yeah.
You have to give up a first and a third round pick.
Done.
Like, okay, done, sure. But does Jersey have the capital to match that? Would they match? I happen to think that they would match that, right? Like, because Luke becomes the bargaining chip now at this point. Whoever holds Luke Hughes, because Jack's not going anywhere. Theoretically, Quinn is the other centerpiece, right? Whoever holds Luke at this point, is now that becomes the destination for the other brother to go to. So, like, do you have to
it's like having
like 6.8 million? You go 6.9 million, and then it becomes a first round draft pick and a second round draft pick and a third round draft pick. Do you give that up for Luke Hughes?
Maybe.
If it means that you can get your hands on Jack, I don't know, right? Then you've all of a sudden you flip the script. I happen to think that New Jersey is going to do whatever they need to do to keep Luke Hughes, but That's my opinion.
Oh, they have to. That's their job. They have to do that. I'm just looking at on Puck Petey here. I think it says
Which
all the
D-man
graphics,
do you
right?
give up in a full package, or which D-man do you give up in a package for Luke? I mean, I think you.
Mm,
I don't know the answer to that. I think that they would be interested in moving
just looking here.
moving any of their D-men. Really, I think they'd be interested in moving Petey. I think they'd be interested in moving Willander. That's the question from Grant here. But like,
again, these guys are super long, right?
Yeah, only because I think that it has more to do with what's the additional value that Luke brings outside of just him as the hockey player. Like there's more to it. There's more. I don't want to say intangibles, but there is other factors at play here moving forward, right? So I think that they would give up a lot to try to acquire a guy like Luke Hughes, and I think New Jersey knows it. I don't think they want to let him go though.
Well, no, of course they don't. Either team, either of these two teams. I mean, Quinn Hughes, obviously, Quinn and Jack are kind of the, Camp A and Camp B. These are the two castles, right? And there's Luke kind of sitting in the middle, not quite, but kind of. So, I mean, one way or another, two brothers are going to be playing together.
The last 4 offer sheets that have been issued have not been matched. That's Philip Broberg, 2 years, 4.5. So 4.5 would have been a 3rd round draft pick. Oh no, sorry, it would have been a 2nd round draft pick. Like literally right under the number, right? Dylan Holloway, we both remember that, right? St. Louis taking both players from the Oilers, like just capitalizing on the fact that they're not going to be able to contend with that, right? So 2.2, that's right under the 2nd round draft pick limit. So they give up a 3rd, they give up a 2nd, and then you acquire Broberg and Holloway. I mean, I feel like that's worth it from St. Louis's perspective. The last guy to do it was Jesperi Kotkaniemi, right? So that's a 1 year, $6.1 million deal. That was not matched.
He's not eligible. I just looked. He's not eligible for an offer sheet.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
So straight up trade.
So there you go. So, I mean, will he be offered next year? Would he be available for an offer sheet?
I think so. It says it's a 10.12, and I don't feel like reading. So,
But it's an interesting conversation, right? It's like, what would you give up if it's trade? What would you give up from a player perspective? If it's offer sheet, how much money are you willing to risk, and draft picks in that matter, right? But everything else, like we're looking at Sebastian Aho matched at 5 years, $42 million. Ryan O'Reilly matched 2 years, $10 million. Shea Weber matched. Remember that one? That was a crazy one.
Mm-hmm.
Nicholas Hjalmarsson, Steve Bernier, that was a fun one, and Dave Backus, right? Those were fun times. And then Dustin Penner, right? We can go back a little bit further. Thomas Vanek, Brian Kessler, Sergei Fedorov, and Matthias Olin, which is the other weird one, right? So Jersey's done it to Vancouver once already in the Matthias Olin deal back in '97.
Toronto did it.
Was it? I thought it was. Oh no, it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't New Jersey. I think you're right. It was Toronto. I was thinking other rookie of the year, which has been Patrick Eliash.
Right. So, I mean, yeah, you're right. There's precedent for this stuff. It's an interesting fodder, right? Like this is again, go back to the start of the show. This is what we live for. It's this stuff. Because sometimes the games aren't all that exciting. I mean, the Canucks, I do believe are going to be. I think there's some hype around this team this year. I think there's vibes. Vibes are high. I think.
Yeah, I mean, vibes are higher than they were.
Yeah, that's true.
It's gonna be interesting. Like, what's? I think the same problems exist, right? What's the plan at second line center? That's there. Is Philip Hedl your guy? Can he be? Just you have to go out and get somebody. I mean, I think they tried. I don't think there's anybody out there, right? What happens with Thatcher Demko? Do they do a better job of managing starts between him and Kevin Lankinen? Too many starts for Lankinen, he's not as good. Too many starts for Demko, he breaks down, right? So there's got to be.
And that's a good point because it's an Olympic year. So I think who is Luke, friend of the show? He's an Oilers fan, but still friend of the show.
Great dude.
We were talking about the goaltending. Again, we have some pretty heated debates. Most of the things you say are stupid, but that's fine. We were talking about goaltending, and I said, we were talking about the U.S., like who the number one goalie. Or obviously, it's Connor, and until whatever reason he's not. But if it wasn't for these injuries,
again,
but it's not. But it's not like it's. Oh, it has happened. If it wasn't for the injuries, I mean, you're probably neck and neck, those two, right? I mean, Demko has been on Vezina when he's healthy. Demko was in Vezina form, and he was neck and neck with Connor Hellebuck. If Demko can be healthy, and this is a big if, and we still don't really know, but if he's splitting games, like if it's 55-45 this season, and they really kind of go more of a tandem approach just for health reasons, I mean, again, Demko can still take he still has the reins. Obviously, they've locked up Lankinen, so if that doesn't work, but I think you still have an opportunity for this Canucks team to really be dangerous with a guy like Demko that's healthy, and that's a big if.
Yeah, I feel like and it's funny, right? Because he was so solid heading into last year, but I feel like Demko is still on the outside looking in, right? Like,
oh yeah,
in the Olympic year where they didn't play, he was the best goaltender, and I don't think it was close, but I think he was still the best. He would have been the starter. I mean, who was ahead of him? Jack Campbell was ahead of him at that time, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, I think the Americans still have the best goaltending. Like, I still think that Swayman and Ottinger are ahead of him.
That's just because they've been playing.
And Hellebuck's the man, right? Like, yeah, they've been playing, but they're now playing into their prime, right? And these guys are no joke. So I still think he's on the outside line. I think he's got a lot to prove this year. He's got to stay healthy. He's got to regain elite status. But I mean, we can only assume that he's going to this year because he's had a full off season to train. That's been outlined for like over and over again. That when he has a healthy off season, that he comes back mentally stronger, and he just is absolutely locked in technically. So I don't foresee this being an issue. He's going to have a good year this year. But can he leapfrog both Swayman and Ottinger? I don't know. Well, I think it's Hellebuck's to lose.
But I mean, I guess as much as it's an honor, like, would you? I mean, he would want to be on that team, but I think really he just wants to be healthy. He probably just wants to play, healthy hockey.
Yeah, I think he just wants to get back to having a good season, right?
If it leads to Olympics, awesome, good on you, man. But I don't know. I'm pretty sure he's just happy to make sure he's playing Demko hockey, playing winning, Demko hockey. That's first and foremost, I think. But does Filipino stay healthy this year? I don't know. I think the more bodies they have that can handle the load, like they're going to have to do something. It's like something else still has to happen. They're going to need a better team. And if they have a better team, it means that those guys are going to be able to shoulder more valuable minutes. If you're relying on your third and fourth lines to do a lot of the heavy lifting, and the top two lines maybe go stale early on, those guys they try too hard at that point. They're trying to make too much happen, and then that's where you start seeing injuries. So I hope so. I mean, I also hope a guy like Elias Pettersson is healthy enough. Like it's one thing to just not have a great season. You guys still be healthy too and have all that. And now that Pettersson's added, I believe, 15 pounds of weight of muscle.
Is that what it is? 15 pounds now?
I think so. Isn't that what it is?
Yeah, I mean, I think that can only help him.
So who else added?
It's not like he's blowing guys out of the water. I think he was always a pretty sturdy player for a guy that was lanky like that. He looks physically bigger, like he looks stronger. I don't know how that translates to his game yet. I mean, if you had told me at the start of last year that Petey will always play at 170 pounds or will always play at 175 pounds, I would be like, yeah, that's fine. He's fine. He doesn't need to be bigger. He's already running guys over when he's like with dialed in Petey. is dangerous physically. So yeah, 13 pounds, 6 kilos. Thanks, Grant. So yeah, I mean, I think it can help his game. We've seen this before, that some guys gain weight in the off season and then aren't dialed into their bodies yet, and then come back. I think about Brent Sopel all the time when that kind of stuff comes up. So it might take a little bit of time for him to adjust, right? But I think it can only help, right? I mean, I think it can help with durability for one.
You know who else had a few pounds on him when he was playing professional sports at a very, very high level? Won a World Cup in the 1994 soccer tournament.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about Krutov.
Fat Ronaldo, or just Ronaldo as people called him back then, for Brazil. That guy was
Ronaldo.
That guy was a goal scorer. So am I saying that, packing on a few pounds is a good thing? Yeah, I think that's what I'm saying. If Pettersson has, I mean, obviously that's not going to all be muscle, but I'm sure a lot of it is probably muscle. If Elias Pettersson is a literal force to be reckoned with this season, oh man.
Watch out.
If we get, I don't even know what percentage. Like if we go back to rookie year Petey, or even like second half of his sophomore season with weight and determination. I do, actually. I bet he was the best man.
He sent the courtesy invite.
He probably did, just to say that he did. I really wonder, like, maybe we should have like a couple like kind of random thought predictions, because we don't have enough time for Canucks GPT today. But like what is the prediction for Petey this year? Because I think he's still, we talk a lot about Quinn Hughes and all the other stories, but really Elias Pettersson is going to still be the big story until it's not. So what is the prediction for Petey this year? What do you think?
I think he had the yips last year. Elias Pettersson, I don't know what the prediction is, but Elias Pettersson should be no less than an 80-point player. You can be an 80. We talked about this before, right? Like, would you be upset if he had 64 points, but was nominated for a Selke? Like, people would be pissed that he was only putting up 64 points. But if Petey comes in and he's as dialed in and responsible defensively as he can be, Pettersson, and he's doing everything that we need him to do, and he's not lighting the world on fire, but he's consistently consistent and good.
Yeah,
I think we're looking at. I think he is at worst. He should be a point per game player, and I don't think that's too much expectations. I think that's fine. I just think that's fine. Does he have the ability? Yeah, to be 100 plus. Absolutely, we know that he's already accomplished it once, but he should be no less than 80 points. Who knows what happens? But I'll take 80 points as a prediction.
80 points. I
would call that a bounce back season. I don't know about you, but I would call 80 points a bounce back season.
So I want to challenge you on this. You said 60, but for Selke, and you said 64. You mentioned 64 points. Sure. I just want to throw this up just to say, like, would we actually be happy if it was 64 points in a Selke? And my question would be, would 64 points win you a Selke? So Barkov,
that would be an elite Selke finalist.
I'm just humor me for a second. So Barkov has won the last 2 years. He had 71 points last year. I could have literally left the same link up. 80 points the year before. Bergeron won the previous 2 years. And he had, where are we here? Oh, okay. All right. 58 points and 65 points. Okay, I'm down with this. And then Barkov won.
The points have less to do with it, though, right?
And then Barkov was in 2021.
Look at guys like Yuri.
So he had 58 points. So I'm giving you your flowers here. I was ready to just rake you over this one and be like, I don't know if there's any Selke winners that are going to be scoring 64 points. That's
do you know why? Do you know why, Ryan? They only score in the mid 60s.
Well, I'm just saying, like when Ryan Kessler won, when he went beast mode in 2011,
He had a better
Yeah,
defensive
he
year the
was
year before when he put up less points. I think maybe 60 some odd points.
that's true, and he still got nominated and didn't win. Yeah, I know. I just again
Um,
giving you your flowers,
No, and I appreciate
which
it.
is a weird thing to.
But they're hovering around the 60. Look, Sergei Fedorov would be a great example, right? I think Fedorov, if Fedorov only concentrated on the offensive side of the game, it's Steve Yzerman to that extent too, right? These guys became complete players, and when you're a complete player, you give up a little bit on the offensive side of the bell, right? Like Fedorov could have been a 100-point guy annually, no problem. But like, man, team injuries happen. The guy played huge amounts of games as a defenseman for the Detroit Red Wings. People forget that. Like, you just don't have. You're not everywhere, but you're good at everything.
You remind me like once a season, so I don't forget it.
You're not everywhere, Ryan.
I try to be everywhere.
So I would take an 80-point season if he could be Barkov. He's not going to be Barkov. If he could be Barkov, like Barkov light, that would be 80 points to me is a bounce back season with a strong defensive game, because we're going to need him to be strong defensively.
Yeah.
I don't know if he can do that if he's the number one center. I guess Barkov can. But he's got all sorts of help, right?
If you're good, you're good.
Yeah.
I was on Clay's show last Sunday. I'm gonna do a little bit of cross promotion, maybe with this show, but with Molly on my lid, he's gonna do a little help out there. So personally, thanks, Clay. Good to see you. We talked to some Canucks. His show goes on at 11 o'clock.
That's wild.
Oh man, I was like dying. I'm like, I gotta go to bed, Clay. Like I was struggling, but it was a good show. Great people there too. Good fan base over. But he was asking like, who's gonna play with Petey? Maybe we can finish on this. Like, what's that line gonna look like? Are they overloading it? Is it Besser, DeBrusk, and Petey? Are we gonna see Evander Kane up? We haven't talked about Evander Kane today. Are we going to see Evander Kane up there? I think you're going to see on those two lines, probably for the first month and a bit, you're probably going to see not line juggling, but you're going to probably see a bunch of variations on those two lines, and not just the PD line, but I think both of those, because they need to figure out where that chemistry is. And maybe it's just simply just flipping wings, left to right, but they're going to need to find out where that chemistry is off the rush, off of, point plays, like set play kind of stuff. But I do think off the beginning, you're probably going to see DeBrusk and Besser and Petey to start, because that's what I think anyway. I think that's what, I don't know if you call it overloading it, but that's about where the Canucks are at right now. I think that would be the Canucks version of overloading their top line right now.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's going to be DeBrusk. I think that's what he was brought in for. Right. That he was the guy, right? That's why they secured the contract.
Yeah.
And they played together for like large stretches last year. And I think had Petey had a better year, that would have been fine. I think people would have enjoyed that. And I'd say the first year in Vancouver was a success for DeBrusk. Did he not lead the team in goal scoring?
I think so.
For a really terribly inconsistent squad. And he was streaky for sure. So I think if he adds some consistency to his game and he's playing with Petey and they do the same together, then that makes sense. But I think we're going to see Evander Kane there too. I think talked about line juggling. They're probably going to give them both a shot. I mean, Kane might be exactly what Petey needs. I think we haven't talked a lot about the Kane signing. And a very popular player left town as a result to get him here. But like, make no bones about it. Like, Evander Kane is a skilled hockey player and a nasty guy in the same ilk that Dakota Joshua is, but he's probably a better player. Not even probably, he just is. Even at his age of 32, he's a fantastic skater still, super physical, doesn't take shit. Seemed like inevitable that he was going to come to Vancouver at some point.
And he's a pain in the ass.
And he's a pain in the ass. And that might be really good for Petey. Like he might thrive under that. He take on all that physicality that Petey has to deliver sometimes and do really well in that area. So I could definitely see Kane on a line with him and Besser, and Kane playing the Burrows role of getting in there and hounding the puck and getting it back up so that everybody else can make plays. And I think he's fine doing that, honestly. So, it's going to be interesting, but I think that those are going to be the two guys. I think that you're right. Besser is probably going to be the constant, but again, who knows? Like, who really knows?
I kind of even brought up about Höglander as well. Like, maybe he's the wild card that we're not figuring out.
I mean, that happens a lot when a guy has a good season, like becomes a 20-goal scorer, falls back off, has a really tough year after he signs a little contract. Year 3 comes along. It's like a development year almost. And then all of a sudden he just catches fire again. That could happen with Höglander, right? Like there's a world exists where it's Höglander and Besser or some combination where he's the guy that's dogging the puck, right? So yeah, I think they need a guy to get in there on the forecheck, though. That would be, and DeBrusk can skate. He's physical enough, and he can do that job too, right? But I think he's more of a shooter, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Lots of stuff to talk about. We are just past the hour, and it's 10 o'clock. And I don't even know if I have to make lunches tonight, but I might. I don't even know. We had the last little bit of. We bought Blizzard birthday cake for our birthday week. It's a good time. I've never bought one of those, so it just showed up. So
a Blizzard birthday cake? Is that different than an ice cream cake?
Yeah, there's more of like the Blizzard, like there's more to it. It's like I mean, this sounds stupid, but like imagine the best things about a Blizzard and then the DQ birthday cake, and then you smash them together.
That doesn't sound stupid.
It sounds obvious, but they're like, yeah, I know. That's why I just Grant. Sometimes
I would totally get to a cheat day, and I would totally be like, just roll into DQ and pick up a DQ Blizzard birthday cake, and be like, do you want anything written on it? And I'll just be like, no, thanks.
It's like that's Ted's version of Fat Ronaldo right there. Is like, I am about to put on some pounds, 0 muscle, just pounds. Yeah, they're I've seen them in the showcase at DQ, but yeah, this one happened to be there. So
I'm in my cut right now, and I got to tell you, it is difficult.
Do you just drink water?
No, I try to keep it around 2,000 to 2,200 calories. I don't eat past 8 o'clock, and I don't eat till noon. So it's difficult, but I was at I bulked up to 225, so I'm trying to get down to 210. See how it goes.
If you could stick at the 218 for the next 2 weeks, that'd be great.
I think I'm 217 right now.
Okay, so stick right there. We need at least a dinger out of you. You just missed it on Monday.
It's really close.
I was convinced.
They added that extra fence on top of the green one. So
I don't know. I don't know if I believe that you didn't, because as far as I was concerned, it went over the fence. So I must have missed something. I was cheering you on. I was high-fiving you at third base. You're like, no, it's a double. So somebody had it out for you, I think. Maybe it was you, or I don't know. So love it. Yeah.
Totally gonna rain.
Oh man, my house fell over again. This has been a lot of fun. We're gonna bring back Canucks GPT this season as well. I gotta apparently redo this part. We'll get Monica from Friends 777. It's kind of funny, or something along those lines.
Pivot one.
Pivot. Well, no. Just the number 7. We're not going to add Friends references. Just one. Don't ruin it. Don't be that guy.
Just make it relax.
Jeez. Okay. So anyway, thank you, Grant and Calvin and Whit, and who am I missing here? Just going to scroll up, make sure I didn't miss anybody. And Ted, but Ted was here already. I think that's everybody. If I'm forgetting you, feel free to comment. That'd be great. Man, feels good to be back. This is fun. It's a good escape. We're going to do this. This is going to be a fun season. We're going to get some stuff. Things are going to happen here. You're going to get to spend an hour with us once a week, whether you want to or not. And next time you see us, I mean, it'll be a week from now. That's about it. I got nothing. So on
Next time you see us, it will have been 1 week.
Yeah. You got any final words? No?
No, man. I think I'm good. That was I think I got it all out.
Okay. Well, on behalf of Ted, I'm Ryan. We're on the Area 51 Sports Network. This is the PP1 Podcast. We're going to be into season 7. And as we've heard before, big gulps, huh? Well, see you later.